Let's face it, financial transaction banking for most of us on Main Street feels a bit like going to the dentist. Life doesn't have to be that complicated. If I can convince you that doing a transaction with us, whether it's a mortgage or a savings account, if I can convince you that that's as easy a transaction as you have buying and enjoying a cup of coffee, we've got it done. I mean, that's what's so important. You got to make it extremely intuitive. I think ING Direct is all about that. We're not a bank like you normally think of a bank. The way you interact with us is the way you want to interact with any retailer that you know, like buying a cup of coffee, going somewhere and buying a pair of jeans, right? You want to see the price, you want to do the transaction, you don't want to be kept waiting, and you actually want it to work well. That's never really been the case in banking because banks have basically said the customer's always right and we'll do whatever you want. You know what that means? It means it costs everybody a bundle. So what's different? Well, we don't have any branches. We are a direct operator. We're doing it in a new way. We're doing it without paper. Lower rates on their mortgages, higher rates on their savings. Look, it's simple. How can you do this? Because we're the low-cost operator. The low-cost operator uses marketing and technology as a way of increasing productivity. I mean, that's the hard dollar component of what you get, right? Making savings cool is what we're about, and that's what we want to accomplish. You have the choice. Now you can say, well, it's Sony savings. I mean, how big of a deal is it? Well, maybe you make an extra $50, you make an extra $100. But this disciplined approach begins to seep into every other aspect of your life. There's nothing more empowering than having some money that you consider to be your own. The job in ING Direct, right, is to make you successful as a saver and getting a good mortgage. And it's kind of ironic that most people now think they have to actually work real hard to not get ripped off with a mortgage. We want to make sure that we can cover all of your needs, but we want to do it in a very simple and efficient way. If you think that's valuable, this is the place for you. Get a car that's right for you. Go do that run around the block that you've been talking about forever, right? And go get yourself a better savings account. I get energized by the thought that we paid already in the last 5 years, $1.5 billion in extra savings interest that if we were not in the marketplace, consumers would not have gotten that extra money. I think consumers are empowered. I think consumers rule. Customers brought the enthusiasm and they actually voted with their dollars. And on top of that, our customers are telling us that we have a 96% satisfaction rating. I'm pretty pleased that ING Direct is in 9 countries, 16 million customers around the world. And the other thing is you don't need to actually give anything up to do this. I mean, you can keep all your existing financial relationships the way they are and add it on. Why can't it be as simple as a cup of coffee?